right, girly pot pies, this is what you're gonna wear to your next date night with your mans.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
I mean, gorgeous, open back, amazing. Halter, super stretchy, great. I will say it's a little see-through. Do not wear it during the day, only wear it at night. Pair it with a cute little purse, put on your kitten heels. I love it.
She says it's her next date night outfit with her husband. But let's be honest, I've seen women on Skid Row wear more clothing than that. She isn't dressed for devotion. She's dressed for attention. Attention from strangers, from followers, from thirsty men who don't know she's married and probably wouldn't care if they did. When you're married but still presenting yourself like you're single, it's not confidence, it's contradiction. I'm not here to judge. I'm here to observe. And what we're seeing, it's just the surface. Because behind this outfit is a story, one that starts with chaos, moves through contradiction, and ends in a place she calls redemption. Let's take a closer look.
So I'm going to talk about something that might make you a little uncomfortable, but it's okay because we ain't about comfort over here. So my husband and I went to a event, I guess you can say, or like a class in church called Elevated Marriage. It was my first time there. It was his second time there. And I look at the topic and I'm like, what are they going to talk about today, right? And I look down at the paper and it says sex and marriage. So I was kind of like taken aback by it because I've actually been like in my mind thinking about that a lot, only because I look at sex from a negative lens, kind of.
What?
Yeah.
Man, hell no. Hell no.
I could say God is healing me from that because of my past. And I want to give y'all some revelation that I just got from yesterday.
She's married, she's in church, she's learning about sex, and somehow she's learning to avoid it. Not because her husband mistreats her, but because her past taught her that pleasure equals shame. But here's the twist. This isn't a woman who waited. This isn't purity culture. This is post-chaos repentance. She says God is healing her from her past, but healing only makes sense when you understand the wound. So let's rewind. Before the church, before the husband, before the shame. This is where her story really begins.
So a lot of us grew up being very promiscuous. If you did not grow up that way, bless you, you saved yourself from so much damage. But because I grew up like that, when I got into a relationship that was actually a real relationship and now my marriage, I realized that because God took away my desire for promiscuity and all that stuff, that I didn't have a desire anymore, even like for my husband. And although my husband and I would have sex, it was like really hard for me. Like I really had to push myself to go there.
But wait, there's more. Hang on to your seat, baby, cause this one's a screamer.
Okay. So who was I before meeting Christ? I was very quiet. I was known to be like the quiet, shy girl in junior high and high school. Weirdly enough, very promiscuous. I just had more of like a mysterious demeanor. Like nobody really knew who Gabby was as an individual. They just knew Gabby was Gabby and she was just always there. Like she'll be at every party, she'll be invited to mostly everything, whatever. I also loved to party. That was where I found my identity in. It's what I was good at.
She was the shy and quiet girl, but the moment the music hit and the lights dimmed, she transformed. Promiscuity wasn't a phase. It was her identity. She didn't just fall into it, she leaned into it. At an age when most girls were discovering who they were, she was outsourcing her identity to anyone who showed interest. She said it herself. It's what I was good at. How many of those men even knew her name? Not her favorite song, not her fears, not her future. They didn't care who she was, only what she gave. And she gave it all. Her body, her time, her presence. And she did it not for love, not for connection, but because it made her feel seen.
What I was good at, unfortunately. I loved to drink. I started drinking when I was probably like 12, 14 years old. Every single weekend, I was like, I'm going to a party, I can't miss one. It's what I looked forward to. Partying was a way to express myself because I was so quiet. I was like, I can do this, you know. I was very confident in like the way I looked. So I think, you know, it was easy for me to just maybe use looks as an outlet. Mix popularity, or whatever you want to call it. I don't like that word. Mixed popularity in that crowd with boys and drinking and partying and looks and just being able to do whatever you wanted. Plus, I had a lot of freedom growing up. At the same time, I had this deep void of nobody really knew me though. I never felt like I could connect with others. So my way of connecting was just like, I'm gonna run up these parties. In a nutshell, I slept around a lot. Shy, quiet, promiscuous, party girl, was not thinking about God whatsoever.
The devil is not welcome here!
If Jesus can't save these hoes, why are you trying? What make you think you greater than Jesus, nigga?
Pause. Right here. A woman who's been intimate with countless men now needs a church class to figure out how to be intimate with her husband. Not because she's broken, but because her past taught her that sex equals shame. And now, she's trying to rewrite the story, but the ink is still wet. She gave her body to strangers. And now, the one man who stayed, the one who chose her, gets hesitation.
I'm not lying, I'm telling you what's on the video.
The same intimate moments you had with men who never stayed. Why is it shameful with the man who did? And that tight little black dress at the beginning of this video makes a lot more sense now. That outfit wasn't for her husband. It was for the ghost of the girl she used to be. The party girl didn't disappear. She just found a new stage, and now her husband gets the performance. But not the passion. No burning desire. She hasn't shed that identity. She's just baptized it.
Is that the woman you want, or is that the woman who validates your ego because now you feel like you helping? Big dog, some of y'all just be out here with f***ed up women just so you can say you fixed something.
So if you're the husband and you're watching this, you need to ask yourself one thing. Are you married to this woman or to her past? Because what I just saw, it doesn't look healing. Here's the truth. The reborn religious girl isn't a reset. It's the final form. She didn't bury the party girl. She gave her a Bible and called it growth. And now you're expected to carry the weight of her history, while being denied the intimacy she gave away without a second thought. And if you think marriage, money, or status will change her, look at Jada Pinkett Smith. Look at Aisha Curry. These women had everything. Fame, wealth, and husbands that elevated them. And still, they craved attention. They fed the same hunger they had before the vows, before the spotlight. What her husband may find out the hard way is that most people don't change who they are. They just change the packaging, because she still craves that attention. She still feeds off it. And you get the leftovers, not just physically, but also emotionally. And the worst part, society tells you that you're not a real man if you don't sign up for this. You're supposed to feel grateful that she chose you, grateful that she's healing.
Fellas, this idea that you have to have a plan and a way, say that plan and way for a woman who already on her way somewhere, cuz. Y'all be too cool carrying dead weight and justifying it off you being a man. Y'all too cool with women who ain't got for you eating off your plate just because you got a plate to provide. And then you the nigga that's complaining 15, 20 years later about how women don't appreciate this. No, you got with a woman that was never grateful. She was needy. You got with a woman who needed it, and you happen to be my G.
You happen to be
That don't make you no solid dude. That don't make you no stand up That make you just like these women we be talking about that don't got no boundaries, fam. You just don't value your wallet enough and don't value your hard work enough to guard it from women who ain't worth it, Brody.
Let's be clear. This isn't bitterness. It's foresight. I'm not here to tear down a marriage. I actually hope it works. I hope they find passion, connection, and the healing that she seeks. But I'd be lying if I didn't say this. That archetype? The one who spent her youth chasing chaos, then found religion when the spotlight dimmed? She's everywhere, and too many men are walking into it blind. And when they finally see the light, it's often too late because the family court system already has them by the throat. You think you're getting a woman who's grown, but what you're really getting is a woman who's pivoted. She still wants to be seen, still wants to be desired, still wants the crowd, and now you're expected to build a future with someone who's still performing for her past. That's why men are walking away, and that's why passport broers exist, because they're done being the emotional rehab center for women who spent their prime years riding the D carousel. Done being the consolation prize for women who only found standards after the damage was done. Done being blamed for wounds they didn't cause. They want peace. They want reciprocity. They want a woman who's ready, not just rebranded. And if that means crossing oceans to find her, so be it. Let me know what you thought about this video. Drop a comment, hit the like button, and subscribe if you're ready for more content.